Good day, ladies and gents. Welcome to BK Mathematics. And we are given a problem here. Let's try to solve it together. It reads m plus 1 multiplying by m plus 2 multiplying by m plus 3 multiplying by m plus 4. Then everything is equals 120. Now to find the value of m, let's get started. Solution. Okay. Now looking at this, let's just try to arrange something here. Now we can say also that m plus 1 into m plus 4, then we say m plus 2 multiplied by m plus 3. Okay, then everything becomes 120. Now what are we to do next here? We expand the two brackets. We group them 2 by 2. Okay, now grouping them 2 by 2, we expand two brackets. That is, we say m is multiplied by m plus 4. What remains here, it is plus 1. We use it also to multiply m plus 4. Okay, now what remains here, we apply the same thing again. This is, we say plus m is outside multiplied by m plus 3. What remains here, it is plus 2. We use it also to multiply m plus 3. Then everything becomes 120. Okay, now the next step that we have to do here, we say m times m given you, this is m square plus m times 4, this is 4m plus 1 times m is m plus 1 times 4 is 4. Then let's just group this one. Then looking at this one also, let's try to group it. M times m, this is m square. Okay, now we have plus m times 3, this is 3m plus 2 times m, this is 2m plus 2 times 3, this is 6. We group it also, then everything becomes 120 degrees. Now we say, let's add. Now we have m square plus 4m plus m plus 4. Then this is, let's add. Now we have m square plus 3m plus 2m. This is giving you as 5m plus 6. Then everything becomes 120. Let's try to add also from this part. Now adding here, we have m square plus 5m plus 4. Then we write this also, that is m square plus 5m plus 6. Then everything becomes 120 degrees. But remember, we have to find the possible values of m. Now from this point, what are we to do? Looking at these two brackets, they almost be the same. Now for them to be the same, we can also express this 6 as 4 plus 2. Okay, then if we do, we say this is m square plus 5m plus 4. Okay, into this is m square plus 5m plus, instead of 6 now we have 4 plus 2. Okay, then everything becomes 120 degrees. Now if you look at this, we know this and this, they are the same now. Now what are we to do here in this case? Let's just say let m square plus 5m plus 4 equals x. Okay, now we already letting for m square plus 5m plus 4 becomes x. It means anywhere we see m square plus 5m plus 4 becomes x. Now let's substitute now. This is m square plus 5m. Now it now becomes x into, this is also the same, so it becomes x plus, we write this 2. Okay, then everything becomes now 120 degrees. Now let's multiply it now. X times x, we know it is x square plus x times 2, this is 2x. Then everything becomes 120 degrees. Now moving this one to this point, automatically we are going to have x square plus 2x minus 120. Then everything becomes 0. Now say by factorization method, let's apply factorization method to factorize these nice quadratic equations. Say by factorization method, we try to factorize this one. Now what are the two numbers that we have to use? That is, we consider 10 times 12. because using 10 times 12, we are going to have 120. Then subtracting them, we are going to have 2. Then we use 10 and 12 as our factors. Then we say from this point, say x squared plus 12x minus 10x minus 120. Then everything becomes 0. Then grouping them from this point. Now let's try to group them for us to see what we are going to have at the end. Then grouping them, then we say what is the common factor here? It is x into what remains is x plus 12. The same thing, what is the common factor here? It is minus 10 into this is x plus 12. Then everything becomes 0. Now let's take those the terms that are outside the bracket first. Now we have x now minus 10 into, now we have now x plus 12. Then everything becomes 0. Now we can say either we take the first one. Now let's take the first one. The first one says x minus 10 then becomes 0. Now we have the value of x automatically becomes 10. Okay. Now the value of x becomes 10. This is the value of x. Now or we say similarly, x plus 12 becomes 0. Then the value of x here becomes minus 12. So now we have two possible values of x. But remember, we are not to find the values of x. The question says we have to find the possible values of m. Now since we have the values of x as 10 and minus 12, but remember we are given, we say recall that we are given m squared plus 5m plus 4 then to be x, that is, this becomes 10. Okay, then if you arrange this one, you are going to have m squared plus 5m plus, when this one is moving, if this 10 is moving here, you are going to have 4 minus 10. Now you have, this is equal 0. Now we have m squared plus 5m minus 6. Okay, then everything becomes 0. This is the first one that we substituted. Similarly, we also have m squared plus 5m plus 4. Then everything becomes x. But like we know, we have x already becomes minus 12. Okay. Now from this point, we say this is m squared plus 5m plus 4. When this one is moving, I'm going to have plus 12. Then everything becomes 0. Now we have m squared plus 5m plus 16. Then everything becomes 0. Now from this point, what are we to do here? We just need to use this nice two quadratic equation for us to factorize and using formula method and arrive at our values of m respectively. Now to do that, now let's write them. Let's write this first one. Now we have m squared plus 5m minus 6. Then this is equal to 0. Similarly, we have the other one. Let's write it here. We have m squared plus 5m plus 16. Then everything becomes 0. So now from this point, let's try to factorize them. Okay. Now from this point, okay. Now we say by factorization method, we use factorization method to factorize this one. We say by factorization method. Let's use factorization method. Okay. Now what are the two numbers using to multiply 6? That is, we can say 2 multiplying by 3. So those are the two numbers that we have to use. Okay, we say 6 times 1 giving you 6, then 6 minus 1 giving you 5. That is, we have m squared, okay, then plus 6m minus m minus 6, then everything becomes 0. Then if we group them by 2, this multiplied by this, we factorize them, then this becomes m into m plus 6. What remains here is minus 1 into m plus 6. Then everything becomes 0. Now we say we take those that are outside the bracket, that is m minus 1 into m plus 6, then everything becomes 0. Now we can say either m minus 1 is equal 0. Okay, then the value of m becomes 0 plus 1, then the value of m here becomes 1. Or it can also be as m plus 6 is equal 0, then we have m now is equal 0 minus 6, then the value of m here becomes minus 6 respectively. So these are the first two values of m that we have from the nice quadratic equation that we have. We have 1 and minus 6 respectively. Okay, now moving on to factorize this one also. Now, but like looking at this, we just need to use formula method for us to arrive at our answer. Now we know this is A, this is B, and this is C. But recall that the formula method stated as m is equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this is what we have to use for us to arrive at our answer for this one. Then we substitute now right away. Then we substitute, then m then becomes, what is minus, what is b? B is given as 5. Say 5 plus or minus the square root of b is given as 5 square plus minus 4 into what is a is 1 multiplied by c is given as 16. Then everything becomes 2 into 1. Okay, now from this point we simplify it. We say m then becomes minus 5 plus 1 the square root of 5 squared is 25 minus 1 times 4 times 16 giving you 64. Okay, then everything becomes 2. Now we have m now is equals minus 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 64 giving you minus 39. Okay, divided by 2. Now it continues. Now we have m becomes minus 5 plus or minus, this is complex root now, and we know what to do. This becomes the square root of 39i. Okay, divided by 2. Divided by 2. So now the possible values of m in this case for this other quadratic equation are, we can say m becomes minus 5 plus the square root of 39i divided by 2, or m can also be as minus 5 minus the square root of 39i divided by 2. So these are the 4 possible values of m that we have to find in respect to this problem that we are given. Then, and this is the first one as m equals 1, this is m equals minus 6, this is m equals minus 5 plus the square root of 39i raised to the power 2. Then another one says minus 5 minus the square root of 39i divided by 2. So these are the 4 possible values of m that we have to find in respect to this Olympic question that we are given. Thank you for watching. Make sure you share, comment, like for everybody to benefit. Love you more.